So I created a small, okay, we'll try to make this even as possible. So I created a small list of what I would consider like the top 40 coins of 2019 that I personally would like to see rebound, right? Or coins that I feel that I have a little bit more belief in. That there's a few, criteria that I put in my last video that I was saying that you kind of have to look at when you're deciding what cryptocurrencies should I actually invest in. And given the fact that the crypto market has about 2 years under the belt of being, I would consider mainstream, maybe 3 years of mainstream, where it doesn't have as many negative people involved as positive people. So I would say that probably that trend started in 2016, but I would say that it grew in 2017, right? So again, the crypto market, just in a nutshell, really was just Bitcoin and a few other coins that realized how to utilize this technology, and then what they did was they decided to push themselves, pretty much. So, and this what I want to explain is that there are coins out there that are looking to push the crypto market forward as far as making money wise, or helping people in different communities, or even just being able to grow the economy as far as like technology wise, right? So there are things that we need. So what I did here, and I actually feel like this might be a little off a little bit, but okay, there we go. Yeah, it's actually a little bit off right now, but anyway. So what I did here was I found the top, like I said before, like the top 40 coins that I think in 2019 would probably grow. Okay, so the first column is what number on crypto market cap did I find it at. So this was a list that I created June 20th, and I meant to update it every week, but since then there has been like an endless amount of things that were happening in my personal life, so I just had to take a step back for a second, get back right. So now I'm back. I should be making videos consistently now for the rest of the year, but I just wanted to just kind of put this out there. So the first number is where I found it, June 20th, on the CoinMarketCap. The logo, right? The name of it and the logo. The price of it back then, the highest price it has ever gone. So this is this 389 is the price that it's gone. So this is the D column. This is the high of the 52 high. So the highest peak last year or 2 years ago. How much it's down right now, and then the goal. So the last two are the goal that I want to see it go to. So this isn't like, oh, he's predicting when it's going to go up. No, I'm not. So this is the goal that I want to see it go to. So if I was to put, let's just say $82 in here, I would expect to maybe get back $300 by December 20th. Okay, so my $83, if I put it in back on June 20th, I should expect that back. So I'm not going to tell you guys if I invested or how much, but I'll just put out really soft numbers to kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking. Now, if it goes back up the way it's supposed to go, this is the 5 to 10x. So this is about I would say about a 5x coin if it goes up to where it used to be. But you're looking at maybe like a 4x coin, almost 5x. So that's kind of, if it goes up to $4, you're talking about a 4x coin. So let's look at it now, right? So it's been almost 20 days, right? So it's been like, let's say 10 days plus 10 days. So it's been 20 days. So 20 days, it has gone down significant amount, right? So it's going down to like 67, so 60, almost 68, right? So I'll update the list, creating a whole new list saying like where it's at now. It's 710. So if you or someone else was to hit buy, they still have that opportunity now to see it go to that $3 and become a 5x coin or whatever. So, but there's a couple things that I want you guys to look at when deciding should you invest in a crypto at all, as far as altcoins or Bitcoin or any of the other coins that are out there. So a couple things that I like to look at are, as far as this is my checklist that I look at, right? So I'll explain to you what the checklist means, and I'll let you guys kind of use that information to say, okay, is this important information or is it not, right? So one of the things that I'll say is, as far as the checklist goes, one of the things that I feel is important is all these things are important. They're equally as important. So I used to have like a scorecard for each one where some of them were worth like 3 points and 5 points and 2 points or even 10 points. But I kind of feel like they're all equally as important because they are what people are looking at every day. So they may not be the one small little detail, that someone looking at, like myself. I may not follow you on Tinder, but I may be looking at their YouTube channel. So that's kind of why this is very important. So right now, as far as articles, as far as social media, as far as interviews, I look at that as a whole because I would consider outreach, right? So as far as a celebrity goes, they may want to do interviews. They may want to do articles about them. So like you see, like Kardashians are in the news almost every day. You have, and their net worth is growing constantly. So the more in the news, in the media, in the front, as a front runner that they are, the better, right? So the more we see them, the better, because the more people have an opportunity to buy them, more people have a willingness to hold them. And, the more we should see our money grow if we have it invested in them. Okay. All right. So the exchange wise, right? So exchange, this is very important to me because depending on what exchange you go on, will determine how fast you grow, how much you grow. Because a lot of times, YoBit will put you on there and you could just decrease in value because people are just looking to get rid of your coin, as well as like Coin Exchange. There's other ones out there, but then like a Binance, because so many people use it, and people are just buying all the new coins that are going on there just to kind of see how they hold. And you got people that are just trying to get out of it. So the coins drop in value, but then rise because you have hodls. So given the fact that, that particular one, or even Coinbase, those two particular ones, that's very important. So we'll look at that. Actually, I'll do it step by step, right? So the articles and things. So most of the time on CoinMarketCap, you'll be able to scroll down here and you'll be able to see like social and see like their social media feed. See how often they're posting. I like one that posts like every day. This one hasn't posted in a couple of days, but that's okay. You're also going to see like their Reddit. They have a bunch of different things about them. And then, there's some other ways to look at them, like their news. I don't remember exactly, but you can go up here. It's pretty much almost anywhere, but you can just kind of just type them in, right? So I typed it in earlier, but we'll just type it in now. So C20, and then we'll just erase CoinMarketCap because I actually meant to type in coin, but the whole thing populated. So C20 coin. So you kind of want to like, scroll down here and just kind of see, who's talking about them. Like, as you can see, February isn't really a coin that's heavily talked about. So the fact that it's actually going down isn't like a mystery. It's just not a highly populated coin. It's not popular at all by any demand. As you can see, like, again, here's another one. I think that they tend to have a bunch of different articles if there's articles out there. So as you can see, the Telegram has a few, they're not really super popular. It's a coin, again, like you can see, like people tweeting about them. It's not really a thing, right? So it's gone down a significant amount. So I'm putting that out there because that's very important. I think that people don't really understand how important it is for your investment to be mainstream. So again, you have to kind of look at this coin in a different aspect, right? So we talked about their exchanges. So they're on okay exchanges, nothing really good. Everybody knows that I really don't like hit BTC. The rest of these, they're not on the top two, and then these they're on. But then if you go to CoinMarketCap, they're actually on different exchanges. Try and make this video not super long. I just want to kind of explain it. So that's really it. They're really just on those exchanges, and then I believe you could sell it on their platform back to them directly, but you'll take a significant hit. So they're not really out there, right? So that's somewhat of an issue that they're not really out there. But there's other things that could be helping them as well. The description video. So I think that a lot of people are more visual when it comes to buying versus developers. Developers are bigger on reading and getting the information directly from the horse's mouth. And I kind of feel like with description video, it will help become more mainstream because it gives that opportunity of other people playing your videos to other people that, again, can't really read it or don't have the time to read it. So you have a lot of people that are really just description videos to me would be very, very useful. Actually, let me just do something really quick. I want to just turn this off. Okay. So I believe they have one. If you go to your YouTube channel, you would find, I'm not going to go to it because YouTube would be sideways. Actually, I can probably do it like this. So I believe I could do it like this. Sometimes it'll bring me directly to the app. All right, so we'll type in C20. I think it's actually a token. So I believe like a few people talking about them, but you could see like a month ago, a year ago, 3 months ago. It's again, it's not a highly populated coin, highly popular coin. It's just not. It's just one of those coins where it makes sense or it doesn't. I think it came out around like $1 or so. So it was a coin that it already was like a really high price. So the fact that it's down now, again, it's not a mystery that it's down. So, and it's down 20% over the course of a day or whatever. So it's again, this is just kind of my take on this particular coin. There's some things that they can fix. New way of thinking. So it was a new way of thinking. What it was doing was it was going to buy up the top 20 coins, and then kind of rationalize it to where depending on the market. So let's say Bitcoin out of those top 20 was 80% of the market, it would buy 80% of whatever the full fund was towards Bitcoin, whatever. So let's say the fund was $10 million, it would put $8 million into Bitcoin and then kind of trickle down to everybody else. Or it was going to do it on volume. I know they had a couple different ways of doing it. I think they kind of mixed the two, where now I think like Bitcoin is like more like a 70% or whatever it is, and then everything else is kind of like around like 12 or 13, or Bitcoin could be 20% or whatever. So I know that it kind of it shifts in different directions depending on how popular the coin is as well. So they have a nice way of thinking about it, but the problem is that I see is that the numbers are different, right? So I kind of feel like the value of the coin should not be tradable, right? So they shouldn't allow you to trade. I think that it should work more like NASDAQ on the U.S. stock exchange, or it should work more like even like the New York Stock Exchange, right? What's the other one? Dow Jones, right? So what they did was they are a combination of all of them. So you take their market cap and you add them all up together and you divide it by however many they carry, right? So you take that number and then it's like that's the average. So that's what their stock is at, because it's an index. So this is actually an index. This is for the first time there's like an index, but there's multiple indexes out there now. So there's a top 10, there's a top 25, there's a top 30, there's a top 50. So there's other indexes out there that are trying to do the same thing. So it's not a new way of thinking anymore, but it was when it came out, which made it very popular to buy early and then sell later. So that's kind of the rationalization of getting in when it's kind of fresh, because it's a fresh new way of thinking. Industry, I didn't actually talk about that, but yeah, that's kind of the same thing. Way of thinking. Is it a highly populated industry? Like, is a lot of people doing this idea? There wasn't when it came out. Reason why it went to $4, but there is now. So it's the reason why it's down. Life changing, right? So again, it's not really mainstream, right? So I put out there life changing because if you were to buy this coin, if you were to hold it for say 20 years, would it really make a big difference in your life? Is it something that could help people in different countries? Is it something that you can see being utilized by the government? Not really, right? So I don't really see that unless the government decides, you know what, we're going to take the crypto thing serious. We're going to make it mainstream and put it on a stock exchange. And now, you have a crypto stock exchange and we're only listing the top 20 coins and we're only listing the top, crypto indexes, kind of like C20. They were one of the first adapters to it. So maybe in the long run it could be, but I don't really see the government really utilizing something like this. Price, right now the price is good because it's actually down from when it was first purchased, but it all depends on where you're trying to go and price wise. So if you think it's going to go to $7, you're trying to 10x your money, I would say this isn't the coin for you. This isn't the coin that I would honestly predict that with. Supply, so I think there was like 20 million. I don't really remember the exact supply. 40 million. So total supply is 40 million. Actually in circulation is all 40 million, which is somewhat of a good thing because you don't have to worry about all of them going in. But one of the things about supply that I like to look at as well, and I didn't actually put it here, but I'll actually add it in for you guys. When it comes to supply, it's also burn. So are they willing to burn some coins to help us out, right? So is 40 million too much, or is 40 million not enough? 40 million may be too much, right? So 20 million may be a better number to keep the coin over a dollar, where we don't have to worry about the coin depreciating so fast, because 40 million is a lot of coins and you're only on 2 different exchanges. If they were on maybe 20 exchanges, 40 million coins may not be that much, but they're only on 2. So 40 coins is a lot, especially when the biggest utilized exchange to sell your coins on, I believe it's on their platform. Self-sustaining, no. So self-sustaining is what I was mentioning earlier, right? So like Dow Jones, for instance, Dow Jones adds up all the prices, across the board, how many in circulation, whatever, blah, 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 and divides that number. And then you get the Dow Jones index number, which tells you how high or how low everything is going, kind of like the NASDAQ as well. The problem with this one, and for this instance, is that it's going off of what they believe is the best strategy for purchasing the coin. And then it's actually going off of what the crypto market is buying the coin for. So, excuse me, if they were to keep it from being on other exchanges and then said, we're going to be buying it back at this value, this is the minimum value we'll be buying our own coins back from, which is pretty much like you have a stake in those coins that they're purchasing, then you'll be able to sell it back to them, and then you get your stake out, you know what I'm saying, and you get your coins back. So pretty much, let's say you put in $1 million, and they took that $1 million and they bought coins with that $1 million. That's different. So that to me makes a lot of sense when they decide, okay, I got my $1 million put in, we're gonna put $1 million worth of crypto into the market. I could see that. But they're not doing that. You're just buying the coins. It's kind of what the problem is for me. So it's not really self-sustaining. End use, or is there customers? So one of the things is that their index, you can utilize their index. It is in use, and they do have customers that currently have their coins. So it's a thing. So it's not like it's coming out or it's future, but it's actually out now. Partners. This is the list that I created for ICOs. I kind of felt like this was very important. Partners, so they don't really have many people that actually partner with them. So if you go to their website, what I mean by partners, I mean like, you kind of want to make sure that there is a big company that's behind them, supporting them. So this is the description video. It's an index fund, like I mentioned before, but it doesn't work like a fund. I would say it's more of an index than an index fund, right? So there's 2 different things. I kind of feel like people are misconstruing. But just be very careful on those little words or whatever. But partners would be like, and you can see they're in the Cayman Islands. The partners would be like, for them, like Charles Schwab would be like an investor into their fund, which would make them a big deal. You know what I mean? Like a Dow Jones, someone that's mainstream, that's actually purchased parts of the company and it sees them as going far. That's a partner that you really want to invest in. That wants to invest in them, that's one that you really want to invest in. Those ones that have those type of partners, that means that they're putting their own livelihood, that they've got their own reputation and they're backing this one person. Okay, and then platform their own wallet. Like again, I feel like I think when I did buy this before, during ICO or after, whatever it was, and then I did sell it on their market. I believe you can still do that, so they should have their own. So pretty much that's the 40 coins. That's the 40th coin on my list. I'll update a couple more a day. I'll do like 2 or 3 a day. I'll try my best to keep updating as frequently as possible. I think I'll probably do maybe, I have 40 of them up there, so I'll try my best to do about 5 a day if I can. That will mean every week there'll be a new list of that one particular coin, like what it's doing, what news has come out about it, did it go up and down, why did it go up and down. So we'll try to stay on it. I'll try my best to keep this list going. This is like if I were to create like an index, this is the 40 coins that I would personally be behind. If I create like a fund, these are the 40 coins I would purchase in. So if you guys have any questions about this particular coin, definitely let me know. You can definitely like, subscribe. You can definitely share, whatever you want to do. If there's any other coins that I'm missing out on, I know you guys are sending me some ones that are like ICO wise, and I haven't really talked about those ICO ones, but I'm gonna try to get back on doing these coins and try to, again, show you guys more of like a strategy of coins that kind of makes sense where you're not in them too long. And then I'll show you like more of like a long-term strategy ones, and then again, short-term strategy ones. So this one in particular, I'm not, again, if Bitcoin and crypto market really just kind of blossoms and just kind of demolishes the rest of the world, where it really just goes mainstream, then I can see this coin really just taking its way up about $5 to $6. But as of right now, I would say until it's got its own exchange, I don't think it's really going to be a big deal. So again, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Just hit me up.